You know what I think the biggest scam is? TV licensing. Like, why do we have to pay to watch our own TV? Does that make any sense?
So listen to this. Keir Starmer has decided that he might charge us tax to watch Netflix.
There's more people from the BBC come out and being done for certain things unlawfully than there is anywhere else. So why are we funding that? Why are we paying for it?
Why do we have to pay TV licence? £156 of my money for what?
Just sick of paying all these extra taxes. I mean, we've hardly got anything extra to live on because everything else is so expensive.
So their lack of revenue needed to be funded by the good old British people.
Government, of course, have said we're going to have to find another way to collect it because people are not paying it.
He's going to slap massive tax on Netflix that we're already paying a subscription for. How much more money can you get out of us, Keir?
I just received a letter in the post about an official investigation being opened.
As you have not responded to our letters yet, you have left us no alternative but to proceed with the final stages of our investigation. An officer has been scheduled to visit, blah.
These are the things that they will go, this is the length at which they will go to enforce this TV license.
Welcome back to Brit Rants, where the government always finds a new way to tax you for existing. So apparently, the TV license scam wasn't enough. Now they want to slap a license fee on Netflix, Disney+, YouTube, whatever you're watching. Because in true British fashion, if it moves, tax it. They already charge you for the BBC. Whether you watch it or not, they already bleed you dry with council tax, energy bills, and road charges. And now, they want TV license 2.0 for every screen in your house. This isn't about funding content. It's about control, cash, and forcing you to pay more for less. If you're tired of being rinsed just to relax on your sofa, hit subscribe, because here on Brit Rants, we're calling out the farce.
Do I have a TV license? Sorry, I don't answer the door to that noise. It's not a telly. It's your mum in the kitchen getting bent over now. Would you take your favours as payment? Sorry, are you talking to me? I can't hear you over that stinking breath. And how am I meant to watch the telly if I is blind? Where is he? And how am I meant to watch the telly if I is blind? Sorry, no, I'm not accepting no gibberish today. You don't want to come in here, pal, because we've got a gerbil that only eats muppets, mate. Now run for your life!
You know what I think the biggest scam is? TV licensing. Like, why do we have to pay to watch our own TV? Does that make any sense? And we know that it's only to fund the BBC, so why are you still trying to harass people with your letters? Talking about you threatening to pull up. Pull up them! Please, pull up. Doesn't mean I open my door. Bye.
Alright, cash in hand, I'm gonna give you that work in a second. Wait there, let me get the door. What are you doing here?
Surprised to see me? I'm here for what's mine.
No, but I'm upstream. I've given you everything. I've already paid you.
Nah. I want more.
No, there's nothing else you can take. You've already decided to tax me on Vinted and Depop. What do you want?
TV licence.
I don't even watch the BBC.
Nah. I'm gonna start charging you for streaming services too. Netflix, Disney+, the lot.
You can't do that.
Is that cash in hand back there I can hear?
No.
You just get ready.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You've already got everything. No, I'm just not having
UK government could do what I like.
So listen to this. Keir Starmer has decided that he might charge us tax to watch Netflix. So if the TV licence wasn't enough, which none of us pay for because we've all realised you don't have to pay for it unless you're watching live TV, he's going to slap massive tax on Netflix that we're already paying a subscription for. How much more money can you get out of us, Keir? I'll tell you one thing though, I bet the people in the hotels at the moment that are getting free food, free accommodation, free everything, I bet they don't have to pay the tax on Netflix, do they? And also all the Labour MPs that get living allowances and freebies, I bet they don't have to pay for it. Anyone else just sick of paying all these extra taxes? I mean, we've hardly got anything extra to live on because everything else is so expensive, and you're going to take one of the things that we all like to watch and put tax on that. People are starting to get really angry, and if I'm honest, I don't know how much more people can take.
Wait, remind me why we're paying a TV licence if the BBC received 8% of its total funding in 2023 and 2024 from US aid? And how unbiased might that make them? Stay curious. Haven't seen one this bad before. I've been studying TV licensing for quite a while, and I know the letters are a bit shitty, but this one kind of takes the piss a bit. Lots of red. Legal occupier. As you have not responded to our letters yet, you have left us no alternative but to proceed with the final stages of our investigation. An officer has been scheduled to visit, blah, to find out if TV is being watched, recorded or downloaded illegally. The officer may visit your property any day of the week, morning or evening. The information below explains the procedure. You may refer to it during a visit from the officer. Yours faithful, Scott Robson. So, visit undertaken by enforcement team and just a general reminder of the law. So, they were supposed to visit me last month, didn't come. I literally bought a Ring doorbell about 3 years ago, waiting just so I could record the interactions. Me basically just telling them to go away, because if you just tell them to go away, there's nothing they can do about it, but yeah. Bit naughty, innit? Yeah, little buggers. So, yeah. Ben. Say hello, Ben.
Just like that, there are calls to stop paying your television licence once again. Some of you may have seen that Micheál Martin was with Ryan Tubridy on his podcast talking about their favourite books, not the tens and hundreds of thousands still owed back to RTE. But as we know, when the whole Ryan Tubridy wasted money in RTE debacle started, everyone stopped paying their television licence. And I've probably done 50 videos over the course of the year saying, are we still paying our television licence, and why are we not paying it, and why we think it's an unfair payment. Sinn Féin have called for it to be removed completely, as have People Before Profit. Government, of course, have said we're going to have to find another way to collect it because people are not paying it. And they're looking at potentially going down the same route they did with the property tax, meaning there is no way, even in death, of avoiding it. I know right now they are treading on very thin ice. They are making some very poor decisions and people are very, very unhappy. It looks like we could be losing Mr. Simon Harris, instead getting another useless politician in his place, and it's almost like they are handing the role to a woman because it is the glass cliff, and if you don't know the glass cliff, then get to know the glass cliff. It's literally designed to fail. But I, for one, have still not paid a television licence since that debacle. Have you?
Hello, it's me again with my random questions, because obviously, yes, the government thing I posted, I'm still fuming about that, and I am still angry about that for valid reasons. And if you haven't seen Katie Hopkins' video, you should watch it because she's so true. People are trying to leave the country. But anyway, that's not what I've come on for. I've come on to talk about the TV licence. So, the TV licence, is that another thing? Because I'm confused, because we pay for TV licence, we pay for Sky, we pay for Netflix, we pay for Paramount, we pay for Disney. You know, what does the TV do we have to have the TV licence to watch these things? Because let's be honest, most of us are now work our asses off. And that's why the Labour government are taking it off us. But most of us work our asses off, and so we watch things on catch-up. I don't watch anything live now on TV. I only have Sky because I don't have an aerial in my home, so I have to have Sky to have the channels. But what... So I noticed in the news, loads of people have stopped paying the TV licence. So why are we still paying it? Is there a reason? Why do we need it? Do we actually need it to watch stuff on catch-up? I don't know. Let me know.
Do you know what? The most ridiculous thing that we have to pay for in the UK? TV licence. Why do we have to pay TV licence? £156 of my money for what? Sorry, I don't understand. Is it just to pay for BBC One, and for catch-up? I don't quite understand. It annoys me so much that I have to pay for it. I have to pay to watch TV in my house. It annoys me so much, I can't even talk. When you buy a TV licence should come automatically with it. Or when you get Sky, TV licence should automatically be included. Because I just don't understand. I'm paying £156 for TV licence, then I've got to pay for Sky. It's just, make it make sense. I don't understand. Are people still even paying for TV license nowadays? I don't even know.
For those who do not know, in order to watch television in the United Kingdom, you have to purchase a TV license. And I think maybe when one of my friends was here in my apartment, or like this like randomly clicking one random night, they clicked through the BBC Player app on my smart TV and said that I did have a license. So I literally got this letter in the mail, and I'm going to read it. Dear Sir/Madam, as you have not responded to our letters yet, you have left us no alternative but to proceed with the final stages of our investigation. An officer has been scheduled to visit blank your address to find out if TV has been watched, recorded, or downloaded illegally. The officer may visit your property any day of the week, morning or evening. The information below explains the procedure. You may refer to it during the visit from the officer. These are the things that they will go, this is the length at which they will go to enforce this TV license. They said, what do you need to know about the enforcement process? We can apply to court for a search warrant to gain access to your property. An officer may interview you under caution of, what is this? Under caution in accordance with the national criminal law. Anything you say to the officer may be used as evidence in court. You risk fines. If the property needs a TV license, you still need to buy one. I never signed up for this. And I'm a little nervous because basically there may be an officer coming to my home to investigate whether or not my TV is being watched illegally. I had no idea about this. I didn't purchase this BBC Player thing. And now I'm basically hoping I never get an officer come to my home. This is so crazy.
Hey, Cashew Man, be quiet. No one can know you're here. 1 second. Government.
Hello, you.
Do I hear Cashew Man back there? No. Well, like, what do you want? What have I done now?
It's not what you've done. It's what you're about to do.
What do you mean, what I'm about to do?
Your TV licence. It's going up. This is bang out of order, and you know it is. Energy's going up, cost of living is going up. What do you actually do for us? All of those things are going up so that I can help you.
Well, then if you up the price, then I guess I'm just going to have to opt out then, aren't I?
About that, you're not going to be able to opt out either. It's going to be compulsory for everyone.
You can't do that. No, that's not legal.
I do what I like. I'm the UK Gov.
Get ready to start paying for a TV license even if you don't use the BBC. This is a news article that's been released recently where ministers are pushing for a change where if you are someone that only uses a TV for streaming services such as Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime Video, you will need to pay for a TV license. So if you don't know, you have to pay for a TV license if you are watching live TV, or if you're using any of the services such as BBC iPlayer, so you could be watching live TV there or watching any of the shows there. And to make things worse, the price of a TV license will be increasing this year. So you're going from around £169.50 all the way to £174.50 this April. Now, as we know, the TV license fee accounts for around 65% of the BBC's total income. Hence why ministers are really trying to push for this change. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you believe this is a fair move in terms of if anyone that has a TV, they should pay a TV license regardless of what they use it for? Or do you feel like this is unfair where if you are someone that's not using the live services or using iPlayer, you shouldn't be paying for these services? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.
Just want to have a little moment off topic from what I've been posting today. Right, I've just sat down to watch Married at First Sight. Now, a little disclaimer is I don't normally watch live TV. One, because I have very little interest in it, and two, because I don't have time. However, right, when did it become a thing? Because I was driving around today and I was listening to History, little plug, and there was an advert on there about paying a TV licence. Okay, and I've spoken about TV licensing and stuff like that in the past. When did it become a thing that you had to start paying TV licence for all live telly? When did they change that? Because as far as my memory recollects, and let's be honest, I'm getting on a bit, so I've got a few years to recollect on. Right, we used to just pay for the BBC. And the reason, apparently, we used to pay for the BBC was because they didn't do adverts. So their lack of revenue needed to be funded by the good old British people. Now, ITV has always done adverts, Channel 4 has always done adverts. Any of the other TV channels that I cannot think of that may be live, all do adverts. So why and how did they squeeze this through without anybody noticing? Why are we paying for TV that is not only... Sorry, dog bark. Not only are they also being subsidised far more heavily than we ever paid for with our TV licensing by said adverts, but also, as far as I'm aware, some of these channels also are sponsored by massive brands. So where exactly is our TV licensing money going? Especially if it's not just on the BBC anymore. Is it a little ploy? I strongly suspect it might be, by the old British government, because, you know, rather than just sticking adverts on the BBC and then realising all of a sudden they couldn't coin us out of more money, that they just changed the rules. Anyway, if anyone has the answers to this, please feel free to share them with me, because I'm confused.
So, BBC TV licence. Just want to come on just quickly, but if you go back on my page and have a quick look, you'll know that I posted about this months and months ago, about how they wanted to basically do everybody over with the TV licence. It's a has-been, outdated thing that the British public have to pay for a group or an industry that is corrupt and flawed. There's more people from the BBC come out and being done for certain things unlawfully than there is anywhere else. So why are we funding that? Why are we paying for it? Basically, they've now come out and said that in no certain terms or in an easy nutshell, if you have a TV and broadband in your house, you have to pay the BBC TV licence. How's that going to benefit Netflix, Prime, Disney, all those other channels that you already pay for anyway? There's just going to be millions of people in the UK are going to pay enough's enough and just cancel subscriptions to everything. And then where's the industry, where's the people going to be? What the BBC needs to do is they need to stand up and say, we're a company, and run it like a company, and stop getting, you know what I mean, funding from genuine hard-working people who just want to relax on the night. There's more people don't watch BBC. I never put BBC on my TV at all. And yeah, I do pay a TV licence, but I'm thinking of stopping it, to be quite honest with you, because I've got rid of all my other TV channels. They're all gone. I just use online streaming now. So, your choice, your decision, but I think the British government need to start getting a bit of, you know what I mean, between the legs and start standing up and go, no, BBC, run it like everybody else. The infrastructure's not getting used anymore. You know what I mean? The Virgin and Sky use their own infrastructure. They've got nothing to do with the BBC. And there's more people use them than any other normal. So, anyway, that's my thought for a Saturday morning. Have a good one, everybody. Bye for now.
Morning. So I'm back with another moan. It seems to be my forte at the moment. So I've had a letter from the TV licensing people. So if anyone doesn't know, anyone's new, we had a tank in our loft which burst at Christmas last year. So we're not currently living in our normal mortgaged home. We're living in a rented accommodation. So I moved my TV licence from that home to this one because no one's living there. It's empty. It's basically being fully renovated from top to bottom. That's what's currently happening. We should be back soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I keep getting these letters from the TV licence. Who has a TV licence? Does everyone have a TV licence? I have a TV licence. My husband says I'm stupid because he feels like we're the only ones that pays for our TV licence. If anyone does doesn't pay for it? How do you get away with it? Because I keep getting these letters. So an official investigation has been opened. It says there's an official warning that we are carrying out an investigation of your address. We asked you to contact us several times. They haven't. They've just sent letters, the same sort of letters. But you've not responded. Therefore, still no TV record of a TV licence is at the property. It says it's a criminal offence to watch or record live TV. And then it says that, and then it's got like a little stamp thing here, which is an absolute joke because it's just printed out. It says, enforcement visit approved. It's got a signature on it. It makes me laugh because they can come to our home, they can go to my house, knock on the door, and no one will be there other than the builders. If they look through the front window, they would see a building site because there's no TV, there's no flooring, it's just like there's no skirting boards or it just makes me laugh because I think these are wasting their time sending their letters because I am still paying for my TV licence at this address. It's just not at that address. So when we move back home, I'll transfer it back over. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, if anyone else is managing to get away with their TV licence and not paying for it, please let me know because, like I say, my husband thinks that we're the only ones.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop paying your fucking TV licence. It's a scam. It's not as scary as you think. Go onto their website, declare that you don't watch live TV, as long as you don't, obviously, don't lie to them. All it counts for is BBC, right? And you don't need to pay for it. You just fill out a little form online. It takes about 30 seconds, right? You declare to them that you don't watch it, you don't want the TV licence, and you don't need it. End of. They give you all this spiel about they reserve the right to come around to your house and check and all this crap. It's all bollocks. All bollocks. It's all fabricated to make you scared and you fearful. So they make sure that you pay for it out of being scared of them. And ask yourself, right, where your money has been being spent with the TV licence over the past 30 years. We've had a lot of stuff come out over the last couple of years, haven't we, about what's been going on with the BBC and stuff. They're using our money to pay for their, you know what I mean.
100,000 less of us pay a television licence today than we did this time in 2022. So as we know, RT got into, well, they really didn't get into trouble, right? Because we ended up bailing them out. But there was a lot of controversy around RT and how they were spending our money, parties, flip-flops, etc., etc. Barter accounts, people being paid silly amounts of money because their talent was too rich to lose. Today, because of that, 100,000 less people pay their television licence. And while I've heard of one or two people going to court for it, I haven't heard of 100,000 people going to court for not paying their television licence. And also I know there's many people who no longer have a television in their home, so technically they shouldn't need a television licence. Are you one of the 100,000 people who said, you know what, I'm not paying for people to buy €25 flip-flops. I'm not paying for people to be wined and dined. I'm not paying for these barter accounts. I'm not paying for the interest on that money. Enough is enough. I'm not paying €160 a year for something I don't even watch and that money to be squandered in the way that it is. Or did you continue to pay it? And if you continued to pay it, why did you continue to pay it? And if you didn't continue to pay it, have you suffered any consequences whatsoever for not paying it?
I've got a question. How do the BBC and the government think they're going to get young people to start paying their TV licence? Because pretty much everyone I know doesn't pay for a TV licence because we don't watch terrestrial TV. We don't watch live TV, and generally I've got no interest watching anything on the BBC. But by bringing in a tiered system where those on lower council tax will pay a lower TV licence fee, but those of us on a higher council tax will have to pay a higher TV licence. Because quite a lot of young people live in cities, and cities generally have quite a high council tax band. I'm right on the outskirts of a city and I'm still band A, I think, or B, I'm not sure. I think it might be A. So that means I would still have to pay the highest TV licence fee, which I'm not going to do. But then they're saying that they're going to try and get everyone to pay for one and that we're not going to be able to opt out. I already can't afford it. That's why I don't pay for it.
I think we should all stop paying the licence fee. Now, I'm not usually one to encourage such things, social disorder, and that's not really social disorder. But it's just child abuse after child abuse after child abuse. It started with Jimmy Savile, and you thought it was just him, a one-off. And then there was loads of people of the same era that did the similar thing, and it goes all the way up to Hugh Edwards now. And they're not even getting done properly, are they? This is what we're paying for. Now, they say the licence fee is meant to just pay for the BBC. How do you think they get their money with no adverts? Obviously, that's the reason. But why do I need a licence fee to watch ITV or Sky? That's some piss-taking shit. But I've always paid it anyway, right? But don't be one of those who just wants to save £12 a month, and that's why you don't want to pay it, but you pretend it's because of the nonsense, and that's not really the reason. It's because you want to save £12 a month or whatever the it is. Well, I've always paid it, and now I'm thinking, don't pay it. Because you know legally you have to pay it, but I also believe they cannot enforce it. They can threaten you, they can send people to your door, but if you keep saying no, don't come in, and no, there's literally nothing they can do. I truly believe that. It's like a security guard in the supermarket. Once you step out of that they can't do shit to you. They can't even do shit to you in the supermarket. They have no powers of attorney over you. They're not policemen. So you know what I mean? And the reason I mention that is in Asda in Lewisham, the alarm always goes off when you buy a steak. And yes, I'm not a thief. I always pay for it. Now, you know mistakes happen from time to time. So if it goes off on occasion, okay, stop me. Look, I pay for it. Cool. But when it happens every time, after 3 or 4 times, you just think, fuck off. I'm not going to stand here and get treated like a criminal by some minimum wage retard. Fuck you. So I just walk off now. I'm not even going to explain myself. And you should treat the BBC licence fee with equal disdain. It's nonce after nonce. Is there anyone who works there who is not a nonce? I mean, now, Gary Lineker, please don't be a nonce. Alan Shearer. But then they're not really BBC, are they? Because they work for a multitude of media outlets. You have to wonder now, don't you? Any middle-aged man above, say, 42, who's on the BBC, you're always going to think, I wonder if. Well done, BBC.
Right, guys, let's talk about this new scam thing that BBC is trying to pull off in regards to this TV license. They're saying that I keep seeing videos talking about how, you know, we won't be able to evade these charges and all these kind of stuff because they're going to put it, guess where, in counter tax. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. I think people need to get to know the law because they don't know the law. I don't know if you heard the term straw man. Yeah, we need to know the law, right? Nobody could force you to pay anything at all, right? As according to legal or law, it has to have a contract. Let's just say council tax itself doesn't have a contract. That's your way out as well. You don't have to pay council tax. It's actually optional. You don't have to pay it. In fact, there's no contract. What are you paying? If there's no contract law, have a look into that. A lot of people are going around fear mongering, sending around fear that you won't be able to evade these TV license because it will be in your counter tax. But if you know the law or contract law, if there's no contract, you won't need to pay a penny because guess what? It is not an agreement between both parties. So at the end of the day, how is it possible that they will bring enforcement, whatever, law enforcement, whatever they want to call it, debt collectors, all these kind of stuff? You don't have a contract with them. You've never sit down and agree to say this is what you pay, and if you don't pay, this is what will happen, and you both agree together, understanding what is going on, and sign on the dotted line. If there's no contract, there's no agreement, there is no payment, nobody could force you to pay anything. So I'm saying to us, all of us here, stop fear-mongering and stop worrying about that. You just tell them no contract, and even if it goes in your council tax, wonderful way not to pay council tax. All right?
A single justice procedure notice was issued against Lee Stewart for not paying the £174.50 costs for a TV licence. Now, that is for very minor criminal offences, so it goes through the court quicker. Stewart said that he only watched Amazon and Netflix, didn't watch the iPlayer, and didn't watch any live streaming because you still need the licence for any live stuff on any of the other channels. And the chappie that came round read it all out, got up to sign the declaration, but then he still received this notice. TV licensing said that they reviewed all their practices and no failings were highlighted. It does beg the question though, doesn't it? How do you prove that you don't watch BBC iPlayer or anything live? It really is open to abuse, isn't it? Of course, it is possible not to watch BBC iPlayer and it is possible not to watch anything being live streamed. But how do you prove it? Has anyone else done it with a TV licence? I bet people must be abusing this right, left and centre.
Guys, quick question. Are you guys paying your TV license? I asked because I just received a letter in the post about an official investigation being opened. Apparently there's no record of a TV license in my property, but how does that work if I don't even have a TV? Apparently they've tried to contact me and I haven't responded, but, how do you know that if I don't have a TV? So yeah, let me know.
They call it public service broadcasting. But what kind of service is it when you're forced to pay for something you don't even use? First it was the TV licence. Then it was council tax for broken services. Now they want a streaming tax, just for watching what you already pay for. It's not about fairness. It's not about culture. It's about squeezing working people one bill at a time until there's nothing left to take. They can find ways to charge you for Netflix, but not fix the NHS. They'll chase pensioners over a licence fee, but not billionaires dodging taxes. Enough is enough. If you're done funding failure, if you're tired of being treated like a walking wallet, then this fight is yours too. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and let's stand up before they tax the air next.